All right, what's going on, guys? It's the Dragoncraft Gaming. I'm Dragoncraft, and we are here to do some more Dragon Age D&D, guys. We're here to do that, and we are excited. So, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna introduce our players. But the thing is, though, is poor Julia Kai is having mic issues, so she is going to try and get that fixed. If she can't get it fixed, then she's just gonna type, and we're gonna have to, read that out loud for you guys. Apologize for that, but technical difficulties, man. Technical difficulties be happening. So, we have Shorty. She plays Jaliakai, who is the Kunari rogue in the party. And then we have Crow. Go ahead and introduce yourself and introduce your character.
Alrighty then. Uh, do I introduce myself then, my character?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm Crow. You can call me Crow or Shay. Does not matter. Um, I do stream, but not a lot for the past year. And for my character, my character's name is Thevin. He is a Dalish elf wizard.
All right. Durin, you're next.
Hello, everybody. My voice is going to sound a little different this week because of a touch of a sore throat. I am playing the character Durin, but my name is Eerie Lightwalker online. I predominantly do things on YouTube if you want to find out what I do there. And I am playing Durin, the Amnesiac Paladin.
All right. Scree, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Scree. I'm playing the Grey Warden Dwarven Warlock.
All right. And Trevor, you're next.
Hello, I am Trebor. I am dying IRL, but it's fine. I play Rosencrantz, the sorcerer bard mix. We'll find out later what he is. Bye.
All right. So it's up to you guys, because this is how, Crow, you're new to this, but I do a thing at the beginning of each session, which is whoever can give me a good recap of what happened last session, then you can get yourself a D6 inspiration die. So, that you can use on anything throughout the session. So, which one of you guys wants to do the recap?
I am prepared this time.
Well, I know for a fact I'm never going to remember a thing, so don't expect anything from me. Anyway,
All right.
keep going.
Durin, go ahead.
So, after the fateful loss of our horse Betty, we managed to drag our cart to the next town, where we bought a new horse, a Clydesdale named Doulahan. While there, we finished off several of our deliveries that we had brought from... Where was the first city? Southreach. There we go. And while there, we heard a bunch of rumors about the immortal who has been saving people in the mountains, which we were already heading to anyways. Yeah, the immortal wizard. And
Immortal
we
hermit, yep.
handed off
Scree is right.
or immortal
Yeah,
hermit.
immortal
Thank
hermit.
you.
Yep.
We handed off the set of armor to Robin Castlestaff, who we found out is planning to join the Seekers of Truth, which spawned a lot of conversation, which made Durin very, very sad because he does not know much about the world, having lost his memory. So Rosencrantz and Scree and Jalirikai took the opportunity to explain to him how circles of mages work and how I'm going to say this wrong. The Coon?
The Cune.
How the Cune, yes. How the Cune...
You.
And he got very sad because, my goodness, is the world of Thedas messed up.
You're not wrong.
And then, we rescued, well, more realistically, Scree rescued a Dalish elf who was being charged with murder by offering
Recruited.
her the opportunity to join the Grey Wardens.
Yep.
And her name is Shihari. And she keeps looking at Durin like he's crazy because he doesn't have any trace of racism or anything in him because he literally has no memory. And she was genuinely shocked when he went, no, if we're going in the wilds together, you need weapons so you can defend yourself. He also then got ripped off by the general goods manager because he doesn't have the thought processing at the moment to realize he was being ripped off. Then Rosencrantz intimidated, without even trying, the same storekeeper to not be ripped off. We then continued our travels and arrived at Frozen Das without incident. Yeah.
So, all right, you get yourself a D6 inspiration.
Woohoo!
I have a quick question about those. Do those carry over week to week?
No, you have to use them in session. If you don't use them in session, then they disappear.
Oh, so it's basically points at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to use them now, otherwise they expire.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right. So what we're gonna do is, for the sake of Crow, because he was not here the last time we were doing this, you have arrived in Frozen Das, which, believe it or not, is not a real town in Thedas. It is made specifically for this, but it is now canon, at least in this campaign. So, anyway, you come upon the hamlet of Frozen Das, and it is a pretty cold and calm place. The number of buildings can be counted with just the hands, but even amidst all this snow and gray skies, the people seem warmer than the sun. Since this is the crescent foot of the mountains, the cold masses of earth can be seen at its finest. A couple of people talking in heavy clothes while carrying some baskets can be seen, but all you can hear is the watermill that cycles calmly on the river. After a long trip, the whiteness of the Frostback Mountains can be appreciated at its finest. The quiet hamlet of Frozendas sits silent at your feet at your arrival.
So looks like Jerlikai started by signing to the rest of us how cold it is and then wrapping her cloak tightly about her.
Okay, okay. All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Well,
What you see is a couple of women that appear to be housewives having a chat, and a farmer and a man that carries timber over his shoulder. And those are the only people that you could see within this town at this point.
I know, Scree, you said you wanted to find this immortal hermit person.
No, I'm investigating the Darkspawn
Oh, the
sightings that he's
Darkspawn,
supposedly
yeah.
been defending people from.
The rest of us kind of just started coming along for the ride after hearing all of these rumors. So, does it look like there's an inn or tavern someplace to get more information, or just the people in the street?
Well, right now all you see is the people in the street.
Am I already with the group?
Yeah. No, you're not. Not yet. Not yet. You.
Okay.
I have a plan. Sorry. I got ahead of myself.
I believe in your plan.
All
Mind me for now. Mute myself.
Okay.
I think this is a lovely spot.
I suppose we should go and make some introductions.
Aye.
And as an aside, Jaliakai mentions he has a plan.
I have popcorn. Yay. Anyway.
So Durin would just start leading the group down into the center of Frozen Das to talk to whoever's in the street.
All right. So you see the housewives having a chat. A farmer that's just kind of sitting and puffing on a pipe, and a man that's carrying timber to some location. Who would you like to talk to first?
Well, I know a group like this can intimidate women, particularly in a secluded place. So I
One
would
second,
first
I'm
head
sorry.
towards the. Hmm.
That was my roommate. He brought me some more snacks. Yay. Anyway. Um. So go ahead. Continue. I am sorry for interrupting.
So I would head towards the guy carrying the wood around.
Okay. He greets you with a warm smile and he says, "Hey, how you doing? What can I do for you?"
Well, we've been traveling a bit and heard there were some troubles in the mountains. We're hoping to get some information, maybe help some people.
Ah, yeah. Are you, wait, I just jumbled up what you said in my head. Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
We've been traveling around and been hearing rumors of troubles in the mountains. So, being adventuring folk, we decided to come and check it out and
Is-
offer our assistance.
Oh, yes, the trouble in the mountains. Yeah, the wonderful immortal hermit. He helped us. Saved my wife specifically. She was lost in the snows out in the mountains. And this man just came out of nowhere. Saved her life, and then disappeared just as quickly.
So you've actually seen this immortal hermit.
Oh, yeah. If you want to find more information about the immortal hermit, you should go up the hill over here. And there's a man named Milas. He's the owner of the biggest house in this entire hamlet. You should speak with him if you're looking for more information.
I think we will. Anyone else got questions before we head that way?
Any sign of Darkspawn? I heard tell he was fighting them.
Oh, no. Thankfully, because of him, we haven't had any attack us here.
Aye.
Now, I would like, actually, any of you can do this. I'd like you, would like you guys to roll a history check, if you please.
Okie dokie.
Might actually be able to do this.
17.
Okay. You pass.
I got a 13.
You pass.
Jalea guy got a 21.
Jiliakai
natural
definitely
20.
passes.
I'll be there in a second. Trying to find my sheet again.
You're good. Take your time.
That is not what I meant. 13. Nothing.
No, I mean, you also passed. The DC was only a 10, so...
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. So as you look along the scape, you see a banner waving in the cold wind. And as you guys look at this, because you all pass to the history check, you see the shield of Stoneshade Arling, indicating that this is part of their holdings.
You said shield
Stoneshade.
stone shade.
No, Stronshade. My bad. I misread that. Stronshade. Arling.
Okay.
Now, do you guys want to go to the house that he indicated?
Yes.
All right. As you start to travel through this small hamlet, you start traveling up this hill, and you see a large house. This is easily double or even tripling the other houses inside. Arriving at the door, you'll see a sign that says, "Please knock."
Okay.
Might as well
So is
knock.
there a place to tie up the wagon in front of this house, or
Yes,
no?
you actually see that there is a small um there's a small post that is used as a hitching post. There's a few of them along the outside of this large house.
Okay. I would just be tying up the horses as the others proceed.
Okay. You guys knock on the door?
Yeah.
All right. As you knock upon the door, a beautiful gray-haired woman opens the door and greets you. And she seems very warm and jovial, just like pretty much everybody else in this village, this little hamlet. Um, and she says, "Oh, hello there. What can I do for you? What can I do for you all?"
Lyrikai signs fire.
Oh,
So Durin would translate someplace to warm up for a bit while we have a conversation. Would be
and
nice.
to Juliakai's shock, she will see that this woman signs back to her and it points to the fire. Um, you will see a large fireplace and some wooden chairs around it, and it's got a black carpet to give it a bit of a classy look, and it has a very homey feeling to it.
The guy nods thanks and waddles inside. Rosencrantz will be following her.
And Durin would say, "We thank you for your hospitality. I'm Durin."
Oh, hello. What's really interesting about this woman is that she has gray hair, but she's very young looking. And to your shock, she says, "If you please wait a minute, and I'll go fetch my dad." And she leaves.
Without giving her name, huh? Okay.
Say it again.
Without giving her name. Okay.
Yeah, she does not introduce herself.
That's fine.
A few minutes later, you see a large man, like very large. He has to. It seems like he has to walk hunched over so as not to hit the rafters as he walks in. And he walks down the stairs. He has a grim appearance, but he says to you, he says, "Welcome, travelers. We do not get much like you. My name is Miles, and it's spelled Milas to those of you who are taking notes. And he says, forgive me for making you wait. And this is my daughter, Kilia." He gestures to his daughter, who's next to him. It's spelled Kilia, her name.
One more time, please.
Kilia.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
and he says, "What can I do for you?"
Say, well, Scree, I think this is more your area of expertise, since we're just kind of following you for this one.
We heard tell the immortal hermit was fighting Darkspawn. Came to investigate.
Ah, yes. one moment. Make sure that he says, "Well, I myself have not seen Darkspawn. The only thing I heard is gestures to his daughter. Uh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I lost my place in my fucking notes. Yeah, he says I have not seen the mortal hermit myself, but my daughter, she herself has when she was out in the snows, in the mountains. Uh, there is someone that someone else that might know more after my daughter tells you her story. There is a person named Endor. And you see her
Andor
as
with an
his
E or Andor with an A?
Andoral. Andoral.
Andoral. Okay.
So, at this point in time, you will see someone else coming down the stairs. And they're just kind of not really paying attention to you guys at this point in time. Crow, why don't you go ahead and introduce your character and tell your fellow PCs what they see as you come down the stairs.
Okay. The sounds of nearly heavy footsteps go down the stairs as you see a slightly tallish Dalish elf. His hair is as black as raven's feathers and only long enough to reach his shoulder blades, all tied up, of course. He has no marks on his skin, which is very odd for a Dalish uh, in general. His green eyes almost appears what may some would recognize to be familiar, as if it were to look into the rift of a fade. He then continues to walk to the bottom of the stairs as he says, "Thank you for your hospitality, but I think I'm good now."
But you, especially Crow, I would give this to you with advantage, but I want everybody to roll me a history check as you hear the name Andoral.
To be fair, Trevor, the player, is questioning, like, is this supposed to be what I think it is?
19.
17.
All right.
Nope.
17.
Okay. All right. To those of you who got higher than a 15, you would recognize the Andoral. The name Andoral is the name of an old god who was killed during the Fourth Blight as its archdemon by a hero named Garahel.
You said the name of an old god?
Yeah. Andoral is the name of an old god who was killed in the Fourth Blight as an archdemon by the hero Garahel. Garahel is spelled Garahel.
You sure it's Enduro? I think it's Enduro.
Say what?
Sorry, I was just looking at the actual thing, and I was like, it's spelled Andruil.
Enduro.
And no, Andoral is how it's spelled.
Weird. Okay.
That's what it says on my material here.
Weird. All right. Cool.
Oh, is it spell? Did you get some like official stuff? Like it could be that
I
the
was looking
person.
at like the Wikipedia and things, and everywhere else has it as Andruil, Andruil.
Oh, well, it might just be misspelled here in this book.
Granted, this also could be like, oh, weird state of Tevinter Old God versus Elf
Mhm.
God.
Language.
Right.
Mhm.
Um,
But anyway,
so hearing that, I think everyone would notice Doran looks confused for a moment as he goes, "Wait a second. How do I know the name Andoril?"
Don't look at me. I
Well,
don't do religion.
Yeah, but I don't remember anything, but somehow I remember this name.
yeah, it just kind of pops into your head. You're not 100% sure why.
And Jerahel?
Garahel.
Garahel. Who? How do I know these names?
So, I'm gonna type in your personal uh
Sure.
personal thing here.
Whispers.
Well, no, I'll just send you a DM because for some reason I'm not seeing the personal runes. I don't know why, but I'll just
They're
send it to you in
under
a DM.
character channels.
Yeah, character channels. I
as-
don't see
as
them
a
for some
category.
reason. Did I accidentally close the category? Maybe. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me check. No, they complete. Oh nope, I see it. Ha ha! There it is. Okay. Thank you, Discord, for being nice to me and not being a dick. Anyway.
But everyone else would notice visible confusion on his face as this information comes to his mind.
Okay. So he says, well, if you would like to speak with my daughter about what she saw when she was in the snows out in the mountains, I'll let her tell the story.
If she's willing.
So she says, she says, Andoril is a minor elf that lives higher in the mountains. If there's something to know, be known about the Frostback Mountains, he's the person. And you will see that she speaks, Achillia speaks of Andoril with great passion, almost as if in love, which is kind of confusing because it's like, is she talking about the old god or is she talking about the immortal hermit?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you in the mountains, lass?
She says, well, I was out in the mountains and Doral, I was, I was just kind of out walking, just exploring and just kind of stretching my legs and getting some fresh air. And I was attacked by Darkspawn. But Andoril, and she's speaking almost as if she's in love with this person, with such passion. Andoril, he came and he saved me. He killed all the Darkspawn and he made sure I was safe. And we had a bit of time to sit down and talk because, he was making sure I was okay and I was uninjured. And he said that he's a miner up there in the mountains. And also he's an elf.
So he just so happened to appear right at the right time to keep her from getting hurt by the Darkspawn.
That would appear to be what she just said, yes.
Did he say how he knew about the Darkspawn?
She just kind of sits and thinks for a minute, and she shrugs and goes, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Would you be able to tell us how to get to where you felt the Darkspawn?
Yeah, I can, make you guys a little map if you like. But it's starting to get dark. I mean, it might be a good idea for you guys to spend the night if you don't mind.
Aye, it's best to stay the night.
Wouldn't mind having a warm place to sleep.
Yeah, you guys have been on the road for a bit now.
Is there a place I can stable my horse?
Milos, he says, oh yes, of course. If you follow me, I'll bring you to where you can stable your horse or your horses or horses.
Horse
Yeah.
singular.
Oh,
We-
a single
we've
horse.
got one.
You
pulling a wagon.
walked up this mountain.
We did indeed.
No horses. Just
One
the one.
horse.
Just the one.
Aye.
You're either very crazy or you have some balls.
My money's on
Yeah,
both.
The one. 6 of the other.
So
Little exercise never killed anyone.
he takes you outside and to the and you lead your horse, and you have a wagon on this horse too, right?
Mhm.
Okay. He leads you and and as you lead your horse and your wagon to the back, and he's got like a fairly decent sized stable for any horses that might show up. It seems that he kind of runs an Airbnb type of situation out of his own house. And he helps you set up your tie up your horse, gives the horse some hay to munch on in the middle in the night, and he helps you secure your wagon, and he leads you back inside. Getting back into my
Angelique,
notes
I
here.
sent you a
Huh?
direct question.
Okay. Did
Sent DM a direct question. Would she have seen
Oh.
any signs of her friend?
Oh. Yeah. Let me type into your personal channel here. Okay. 1 second. There you go. So, he leads you back into the house, and he offers you guys a meal, and he shows you each to a room. This is actually a very large house,
Okay.
and he shows you each to a room.
Excellent.
Like, you have individual rooms. The only thing is, he asks each of you for like 5 copper for a room, which is actually fairly cheap,
Really
again,
cheap.
considering the accommodations he's offering you guys.
Trade me out of gold for some copper.
And as is his fashion, he is going to, without realizing he's doing it, cast Purify Food and Drink on the food, like he has done every night these people have known him, not realizing he's doing it.
Right. Okay.
What's the transaction rate for these things? God damn it, I'm gonna look that up.
It's 10 to 10. So 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold.
Okay, so I have 9 silver and 5 copper after that. Okay.
All right. So Julia
drop
guy
that
pays
one.
the guy. All right.
And Dragoncraft, I never saw the message in the character channel about how, with his amnesia, he would know those names.
Oh.
I'm assuming I know the answer, but yeah.
Because of your Dalish elf, quote unquote, heritage.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pay the guy too. He's stingy. He's not that stingy.
Just so we're clear, Rosencrantz did pay him, but he did have to go through the annoying process of exchange process.
Right. Right.
It's like, I don't usually carry bills this small.
Mm-hmm.
So, he feeds you guys a meal, and you guys are free to do as you please, role play as you please, or whatever you want to do.
Did we ever get the name for Crow's character? Or did I just miss it?
I believe you missed
don't-
it.
Yeah, I told
Okay.
you at the very beginning, but in character you don't know me at all. So why don't you try and ask?
Okay. Are we all sitting together around a single table for dinner?
Yeah, he gathers everybody and he's feeding all of you good dinner.
So I would make a point of sitting down next to this Dalish elf and say, so I know not many people try to travel this way. You must have got some interesting work out here to travel this way all by yourself.
He would look at the new face and say, "Well, to be honest, I actually took a wrong turn. To be completely
You
honest,
know?
I don't know where I am."
That is the
been
second
hearing
strange
that a
mage
lot
we have
lately.
met now that has had this problem. What is happening?
Hey, what are they teaching in circles these days?
And Durin would extend his hand and say, I'm Durin. If you try to ask me about anything that's not recent, I probably know nothing. And he'll tap a giant scar across his face. Suffered head trauma a few years back and don't know a thing of what happened to me before then.
It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Theban.
Theban? Theban?
Thev, as in Victor, En.
Okay. This is what I get for having learned Argentinian Spanish. B's and B's get replaced all the time.
Oh no, I got that completely. Don't worry.
And Juliakai, the Kunari, she waves to you.
I wave back at the Cornari.
Cree pulls a book out of seemingly nowhere and scribbles in it.
And Durin would say, her name is Julia Kai. She is mute, but can probably hear better than any of the rest of us.
Ah,
So she talks through sign.
so she's non-spoken.
Yes. And then this one over here would be
Julia Kai
Rosencrantz.
actually shows you her scar underneath her cloak. She's got a scar across the front of her neck, and it looks to be that her vocal cords were somehow severed.
Thevin then proceeds to begins to sign back, saying, "I'm sorry for what happened."
Scree's going to be the only one who doesn't know sign language.
You have your elf friend that I'm sure she may or may not know.
I mean, yeah. My elf recruit does know.
What was her reaction to everything that's gone on?
Whose reaction?
Let me go and look up her name again. Shahari.
Shahari?
Shahari. Yeah, Shahari.
Oh, yeah, your friend has just been, your quote-unquote friend, has just been, like, really quiet. Just, like, looking at all these strange people that have gathered and kind of thinking about her life.
Conscripted elf.
Recruited, not conscripted.
And Julia Kai signed so that the listeners can know that I don't remember it happening and why the need to feel sorry.
Secretly, he was the one that did it the whole time. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god.
I would just look at her, and instead of signing, I just say, I just feel I guess you would say it's sympathetic. Just to feel sorry for someone else's troubles.
Yeah, and like kind of like somebody would be like saying my sympathies or whatever. Yeah.
There's typing happening.
And if you were dead, he would say my condolences.
Actually, I do feel no compassion towards the dead.
Oh wow. Yeah, if chat will is wondering why we're silent for a minute. Oh shit. Miss Ariella Grande, hey, thanks for joining the stream. How's it going? Sorry, I missed your chat. I've been reading my notes for the campaign, so my apologies for not answering. But yes, thank you for joining the stream. I'm glad you could catch the Dragon Age roleplay. I know that you've been wanting to catch one of these. I'm hoping you're enjoying it so far. I missed the chat, and now I feel bad.
Well, you just reminded me I should probably open it myself.
Yeah, if you guys want to open up the chat, open up the stream or whatever, so that way you guys can respond to chat, that is totally fine. I do not mind.
What do I search up?
Just in case for you, Crow, what I'll do is I'll post a link in the Discord for you to be able to see the chat.
Thank you so much.
But
Okay, Twitch, if you're gonna be like that.
But anyways, my apologies, Miss Ariola Grande. I appreciate it that you stopped by. Yeah, to those of you who might be in the chat that don't know who Miss Ariola Grande is, she is amazing, an amazing streamer. You guys should go check her out. She has the best radio host voice that I have ever seen. Just saying.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I hope we become good friends in the future.
All right, back to the campaign. So, Julia Kai signed back to you, Pro. She signs back to you that she understands. She understands your intentions, essentially.
Thank you.
And I would continue around the table making the rest of the introductions. And our dwarf friend here goes by the name of Scree.
Hey.
And here we have our very fancy friend Rosencrantz.
Hello, love.
If you guys don't mind, real quick, Scree, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for Pro, so that way he knows what he's looking at.
Okay. Well, he's pretty much a typical dwarf. Short, has a beard. He doesn't have any caste markings. He's a surface dwarf. He's wearing Grey Warden robes, typically associated with the mages of the Grey Wardens.
Yeah, and for you, Pro, what would be interesting for you, because you do have basic like, you don't have like in-depth knowledge of like things within Ferelden, but your basic knowledge is that dwarves can't do magic because they have no connection to the Fade, and especially because of your class and your background, you also know that dwarves don't have a connection to the Fade, so normally they can't do magic. So it's a little odd to you that Scree has mage robes on as a dwarf.
The question is, do I feel like prying?
And will Scree answer you?
Yes. All good questions.
Well, I mean, you kind of non-answered the rest of us, so.
And also, if you can, yeah, there we go. Julia Kai's description is in the general chat. If you would like, Crow, so that way you can get a idea of what she looks like.
Golden eyes. Grayish garb, leather armor, cloak. Fully on. Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and Rosencrantz, if you want to describe your character to Crow.
He's probably the dwarf is the only one shorter than me. I was just thinking about it. He's about a 5'5" man. He has the palest skin you have ever seen in your entire life. Like, borderline looks like he should be dead.
Or borderline made out of snow.
Pretty much. It is the porcelain noble white vampiric look skin with like silvery white hair and like glowing red eyes. And clothes that look far fancier than they should be for anyone on this trip.
And
Only
yes, before
coated
anybody
by
says
leather armor.
yes, before anybody says it in the chat, if they happen to say it in the chat, yes, he does look like Asterion from frickin' Baldur's Gate 3, kind of. Just shorter.
Because that's what I'm imagining right now.
Little fair. I'll actually post the picture here. Just in the chat for you. Because I have it available.
Which I've got to eventually finish Baldur's Gate 3. I have not finished it.
Well, don't spoil anything.
Oh, I've only played like 2 hours of it, so.
All I'll say is I'm in Baldur's Gate, and I have done nothing since getting to Baldur's Gate.
And then, yeah, the only weaponry on his body is like some daggers, a spear, a jewel.
Yeah, so, and also, yeah, Pro, Julia Kai posted her hair and her horns in the general chat.
Thank you.
All right. So, moving on next to, who's next? Who hasn't described their character? We have Julia Kai,
Ree still needs to.
Scree.
I did mine.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
Then
only
we had
halfway did.
Rosencrantz. Who's next?
Durin.
Yeah.
Durin. All right, go ahead.
So, Durin is slightly taller than average for a human, about 6 feet. He's got a large scar across the eye ridge where he was clearly very lucky not to lose an eye. Dressed in chainmail, has a great sword attached to his back, and seems to just always have this perpetually pleasantly surprised by life look on his face. Sandy blonde hair, full beard, clearly is outside a lot. Looks well-traveled despite mentioning that he is... Oh, someone just posted it for me. I was about to. Clearly, he is clearly experienced, but doesn't know how he got the experience. You could almost mistake him for a Templar.
And what I'll do is I'll post character art for the wonderful Dalish elf recruit that the Grey Warden got. In just a second, but continue to roleplay, guys.
Yeah. And Crow, you also would have noticed that Durin ritually cast Purify Food and Water over his meal before eating. And it was in the form of a very unusual prayer that you have not heard. Because no one has heard this before.
It was made up.
Pretty much.
Yup.
All right then.
Don't worry
But-
about it. He does that.
But you watched this man cast a spell, just so you are aware.
Okay.
All right, I'll
I know
post
what.
the Dalish elf in campaign and character art. There she is.
Dang.
Woohoo!
So many people in this place have silver hair.
I mean, they age prematurely because everyone's got a shortened lifespan here.
Oh, you mean the Shortlands?
All right. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to? Do you have? Does anybody have anything more to talk about, or would you guys like to have a night's rest?
A night's rest would be good.
I know I ran it by Scree during. I don't know if you ever read the thing I was going to talk to you about.
Maybe. Where was it? Where was it deposited for me?
Long thing ago in general yesterday, but I can just bring it up here.
Oh, then I would have missed it.
Rosencrantz would like to grab both Scree and Doran before they head to bed.
Okay.
All right. I have been trying to find a good way to thank you, Doran, for saving my life, but it has
Oh,
only
no
occurred
thanks
to me now.
necessary.
It's a matter of pride, dear. Continuing. Considering the fact that you know very little of this world, and for you, our dwarven friend, I'm sure you did not get exactly the grandest of circle training. I would like to offer you both the opportunity for me to be your magic instructor.
That's got awkward.
How would that work though?
It's not an in-game thing, it's literally him just offering to teach you about,
No,
like...
Durin is literally asking this in character. How
Oh,
would that
okay.
work though?
For you, we'll discuss theory and generally how the actual idea of magic works. So that way you have a better idea of the things you're doing without the... Oh, let's say things like where you turn my wine into grape juice every morning.
Wait, what? That was
Exactly.
every morning?
You cast a spell every single morning to purify our food and drink. And yes, while it is helpful for not being poisoned, it also counts alcohol as a poison.
Wait, you mean my prayer cast
Aye.
spell?
Yes, my dear, you have been touching the
Huh.
Fade every single morning since I've met you.
Thevin would be a little intrigued by this.
I had no idea that's what I was doing.
Exactly, and that's why I would like to offer you the capacity of someone who has been through circle training to actually inform you of what you're doing and instruct you in how we can improve that, understand, and actually continue.
I mean, sure. I'm down to learn about it.
Alrighty then. And
If
for
they
you,
stop
our
us freeze
dwarven friend,
grunts, though.
I don't think circle training will be quite as effective.
well, yes, but your magic still has to come from somewhere.
Ah, it does. But
So, just learning theory, we can always try and understand just a little bit more. And besides, 3 eyes are better than 1, right?
That's true.
Also, and then I would assume
Wouldn't
that
that be
Thevin has
6
been.
eyes, though?
Thank you for the correction, my dear. I love you.
Oh. I get it. It was a turn of phrase. Got it.
Mm-hmm. And I overheard that Thevin has been eavesdropping on us for this conversation. Bro.
Hmm?
You said you were eavesdropping on this conversation?
Yes, he is.
And I can see that a certain mage over there has also been listening in. Would you be interested in this?
Well, I quite know everything there is to know about magic, though I am curious about that one's skills with it.
The dwarf? Believe
Yeah.
me, he's a wonder to us all, actually.
So
Well,
I hope you don't mind, but while all of you are studying magic, I would much prefer to study the dwarf.
it seems you have yourself an admirer, dear.
Well, I mean, he is a very pretty specimen.
All right. Well, that was my simple offer. We'll start lessons then soon in the morning.
Not even a smirk. I'm gonna make you laugh one of these days.
Indeed, the sourpuss will giggle one day.
Oh, the dark spawner.
Live a little before you're dead, my dear.
Pretty sure that's what I do all the time.
All right.
So, this might be an inopportune time to ask the question, but you keep mentioning these things called darkspawn.
I was wondering when
I
this
hear
was going to
everyone's
happen.
being afraid of them, but
Because you have no fucking
What
clue what
are they?
darkspawn are.
Mm-hmm.
because like no one really wants to talk about them. Anytime I hear about them, it's always in hushed tones. And people are like terrified and don't want to talk.
Hey. Well, they're evil. They want to kill us, and we're gonna kill them first. What else do you need to do?
I only heard the first half of that.
Unfortunately. Mm-hmm.
Am I losing signal here?
Just a little bit. You sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, I headed outside. I gotta do my thing. I'll be dropping off here in about 10 minutes.
Ah.
Yeah, this is when he disappears for about 30 minutes, I think.
I will be in about 10 minutes. I will be. Anyways, it said they're evil. They want to kill us. We're going to kill them first. What else do you want to know?
Well,
I think he
that's
mostly
pretty
means,
simple.
what are they and where do they come from?
So,
Well, that's more complicated than I was thinking, but sure, yeah, that helps.
so the a companion that is the conscription of the Grey Warden pipes up at this point, and she says, "How do you not know what Darkspawn are?"
I told you when we first met, I have no memories
Like even
of
this,
before
you
this.
don't even know about this. This is something that everybody in Ferelden knows about because it's a constant threat every 100 years.
Well, apparently, not everybody. Like I said, no one wanted to tell me. So, like,
So, what the Darkspawn are corrupted beings, essentially. If you get the taint, if you get the corruption, essentially, you are doomed to become a Darkspawn at some point.
oh, so it's like a disease.
Kind of, more like a curse.
Okay.
So, what happened is a long time ago, some Tevinter mages got kind of uppity, as they tend to do, and decided, oh, we're going to break into the Golden City where the Maker sits, and we're gonna take it over and become gods ourselves. And in so doing this, the Maker got, this is per the Chantry, mind you, the Maker decided to cast them out of the Golden City, and they became cursed, corrupted. And when they were cast back down onto the world, they became the first Darkspawn.
Okay.
And so
That's the Chantry version, at least.
yes, and in so doing, every 100 years or so, because of their corruption that they brought with them when they were cast back, every 100 years or so, we have a blight, and the Darkspawn come up out of the earth and just try to lay waste to everything that they can, along with an archdemon. Now,
Okay, so
the Grey Warden will know plenty about the archdemon.
So previously we had a conversation about how demons are spirits that got corrupted and then possessed people.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same thing for an archdemon? Just
No,
one that
no,
survived longer?
no. They find it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this would be knowledge that would be apparent this early, or if this would be like Inquisition time, like 10 years later. I don't know. Give me a second.
The knowledge would be known 10 years later.
You know what knowledge I'm thinking of?
I do.
Okay. All right then.
You're talking to a guy who played Inquisition like 5 times. Well, really 10 times, but I count the first 5 as tests.
Well, what else? Just to make sure that we were thinking of the same thing, the whole old god being, possessed by, yeah. And that's how the archdemon comes. But yeah, that's 10 years later. Okay. So yeah, this wouldn't be known yet. So
So at this point, they would tell me something, but not that.
yeah, they would say, well, I mean, it's a dragon. That's all we know, a corrupted dragon thing. That's what it looks like. Like it's corrupted by the blight.
Interesting.
Ergo, big and evil and scary, and we kill it.
And how long ago was the last one of these things?
The last one was the 4th blight, which was, I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Let me get the date.
Mm-hmm.
because the material I'm using isn't helpful enough to give me a date. Yes, it was in 512 DA.
Yeah.
512 DA, because you guys are currently in the Dragon Age. Because there are several ages throughout throughout history, essentially.
Yeah.
And what age you guys are currently in is in the Dragon Age. Oh, it's the
Alrighty.
name of the game. Roll credits.
I'm so glad I was drinking water. Otherwise, I would just completely exploded on my computer, and then game over for me.
All right, so I will type it
So-
in for people who have notes.
So last flight started 512 DA,
Yes, 512
and it is
DA.
now. And what year is it now?
So that was, hold on. I'm gonna get the actual year, so that way you guys know. Okay. It is 930 Dragon Age. Or 930 Dragon, however you want to type it.
So almost 815 years.
No, I think. Hold on. I think it happens every 100 years. Or am I wrong? No, 400 years. Yeah. 400 years. It's actually every 400 years. I was wrong. Holy shit, I thought it was every 100 years.
So what I'm hearing is we're overdue for one of these flights.
Yes.
Essentially.
I'm going
Well,
to just
shit.
find the nearest piece of wood and knock, 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 knock.
So, all right. I would like one of you. You could pick whichever one of you. It doesn't matter. But I want one of you to roll me a history check.
I'll do it.
You know what? You're a wizard. You have an actual score in history.
I rolled a 10 plus 5. That's 15.
All right. So, was that Durin that rolled it?
Nope.
No, that was Devin.
Oh, okay. So, actually, now that I'm thinking, oh, hold on. Yeah, actually, this would definitely be something the Grey Warden would probably know too. Scree, is Scree here, or did they leave already?
He had to step out.
Okay. So, all right. I'll say this to Scree when he gets back. Scree would also know that in the histories, the old god Andoril led the Blight, which is, or the archdemon Andoril, which surprised and captured Antiva City. The Blight ended in the Battle of Aislay, thanks to the Grey Warden Garahal. His griffin companion Crookytail and their griffin their griffin mounts, the Grey Wardens. Because back then, in this point in time history, the Grey Wardens were a much larger force, and they actually had griffin mounts. At the end of the Fourth Blight put the Darkspawn population in jeopardy, taking them up to 400 years. 400 years to reform their hordes and start taking the deep roads again. The Griffins also suffered a huge hit, almost becoming extinct over the next 2 centuries. And as far as everybody knows, now, at least at this point in time in history, Griffins are extinct.
That's a lot.
So whoever is the one that got the 10 in their history, that's what you know. I would tell you more, but that's about what you get from. That's what you get from the 10.
But what about 15?
15? Oh shit! Holy shit! Who got the 15?
Me. That
He,
7.
he rolled 10, but has a +5 modifier.
Oh! I didn't hear the +5 part. My bad. Okay. Yeah, you
I'm
do
so
get a little
sorry
bit more.
about that.
You do get a little bit more. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Shit.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I said 15. I said 15 beforehand. That someone said something about, oh yeah, wizards have higher intelligence. I'm like, yeah, I have a 10 for the roll and then a +5 for my intelligence.
All right.
Sorry, that was me saying you make the roll.
Okay. I'm so sorry for that.
You're good. You're good. All right. And this way, you would know this specifically then to be that it was in the Exalted Age when this happened. Actually, it's not. It wasn't Dragon Age. It was 512 EA, which is Exalted Age.
Ooh.
That's a correction. My bad. I don't know why I said it was Dragon Age, but it's not. It was the Exalted Age. It was a time filled with war, because of the Fourth Blight. The Fourth Blight was one of the worst. In the south, the Alamari tribes formed. The Alamari tribes united to form the Kingdom of Ferelden in 542 Exalted. And then in 599, Queen Madrigal of Antiva is found dead on a hunt. She was murdered using 4 different blades, and Antivan crows are the main suspects, although no proof was ever found. The use of steel blades to kill the queen sets the stage for the next century of the Steel Age. So after that, at 599 is when the Steel Age started. So there you go. There's your little bit of history from the history check.
Okay.
Now, if he had a nat 20, good lord, I would have to really scramble to be like, okay, he got a nat 20. What do we gotta find history? I gotta find history, lore.
I could say for a heads up and tell you guys my highest skill stats.
That's true, you could.
Then then in the future, be
Mine are
like,
all the charisma-based
Shay,
skills.
or Crow, go ahead and roll these.
So do you share that information with the class?
Well, it's really dependent on you guys, really. I mean, I don't mind doing it, but I also love the idea of surprise. You know.
Well, this is why I'm asking. What is
My highest stats.
Oh no! What is he going to do? Is he going to share this
Lore
the-
dump,
the
essentially.
result of his?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
there we go.
Yes, of course, he will tell the everything that has been spoken about
The history.
the history of the subject.
Okay. So, okay. You're telling me crows killed a queen, set off an age. Griffins were mounts. They're extinct. Grey Wardens used to be much more like an army. Now there's less of them.
Much less, actually, than there was back then.
Wow, there's so much history I just do not know.
Or you'll get one.
Do most people know this?
Like, in detail like that? No. That's like...
Well, he's asking the group. in
Oh,
character.
okay, I'm sorry,
Do
I'm
most
sorry.
people know this? Remember, we're dealing with an amnesiac here.
No, this information is actually not well known unless you've studied.
Oh, okay. I don't feel as bad for not knowing as much then.
Yes, Jiliakai, you would definitely know about the Antivan Crow stuff.
So, based on this conversation, long story short, just like people can become possessed, that's how Darkspawn are different than demons because they're cursed in a different way. But then there's archdemons that can control the Darkspawn, and we don't know exactly how. Is that have I gathered?
So far, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Grey Warden, Scree, I am fairly certain he would share this at this point in time with you, is that Grey Wardens can sense if a blight has started because they can sense the archdemon. That's how they tell if it's a real blight or if it's darkspawn that are attacking. Just like normal, just like darkspawn came up out of the ground to attack versus if it's a full-on blight.
What I'm hearing is this is a really bad time not to know things about the world.
It's a bad time anytime. That's the conscription person, the conscripted person, saying that to you. She's like, it's a bad time anytime. You know, the world is it's kind of chaotic sometimes.
Plus, think of it this way: amnesiacs learn faster.
Well, I'm beginning to understand why so many people told me ignorance was bliss.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
This is a... The more I'm around you people, the more I hear about just how awful our world is.
Well, I mean, there's good times. There's good times. I mean, that's what the
That's
Exalted Age was all about. There's 400 years of just niceness.
I mean, I've experienced a great deal of niceness in what I do remember. That's kind of why I'm so surprised at all of you having such a bleak view of the world. I've seen plenty of parents doing the best they can for their kids. People who have fed me for a little help on their farms. Given me a little coin to carry things from one city to the next. I guess I was just looking at such small things.
So, Jiliakai signs, I do what I can to help. There's only so much I can do.
That's a fair point. That is a very fair point, Jiliakai. Well, I definitely have a lot more to think about tonight. It's gonna take me several days to process this new nightmare. Okay.
Alucard! Take a
And he's
walk.
going to look to Rosencrantz and say, "Are all of your lessons gonna be this way?"
No, my dear. Most of them will be very small and very practical. We will not be talking about how the world is a cursed hellspawn place every single day.
Good. Because I was beginning to question how much I actually wanted to know.
Believe me, it's better to know and actually be prepared than not know and deal with the consequences.
That is valid.
So, quick question to the players here at the table. There's something Shaliakai would like to take care of, if you don't mind.
Good.
Mhm.
All right. Shaliakai, do you take a walk?
She said yes.
All right.
This we need to deafen section again.
No. Well, yes. If actually, yeah. Actually, that'd be a good idea. Wouldn't you say, Shaliakai? So, the way this is going to work is the Shaliakai... Oh, she just says you guys don't have to mute, deafen, or anything like that. So, you guys are fine. Just mute if you would like. That would be good. You don't have to deafen.
I'll mute.
Okay. So, Shaliakai, I'm assuming that you signed to your compatriots that you're going to go take a walk. Yes, okay. All right, so you signed to your compatriots that you're going to take a walk, and you slip out to go take your said walk. And you come out to the streets, and it's starting to get dark. It's going to get dark very soon. So you walk along the streets, and I want you to roll me a perception check. Okay. You just barely get a glimpse of the person that you're following. It's very quick. And you know that you'll have to hurry to catch up to them. So I need you to roll me 2 rolls. I need you to roll me an athletics check and a stealth check.
Quick question: should someone be saying what she's speaking?
Yeah, I'm going to when she when she actually speaks. Yeah.
Okay, back to mute.
Okay. 18 for your athletics. That's good. $16 for your stealth. Okay. Yes, you easily catch up, and with your stealth, you're able to get to a spot where you can just kind of peek around the corner and see where they're going. You see them walk through a door to a smaller building, a smaller house. They sneak into they go into the back door, and they step inside and close the door. What do you want to do? Okay. I put my spare clothes into a little nook, if possible. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I'm assuming it's your backpack or your pack that you have your spare clothes in. Okay. Yeah, you do that easily enough. All right. Roll me one more stealth check. She says, I go after him stealthily if I can. Is that a natural 20 or is that a dirty 20? Okay. So, you stealthily go up to the back door, and you do you check the door to see if it's locked? All right, it is locked. So, you can either, one, look for another entrance, or you can attempt to pick the lock. All right, you're going to try to pick the lock. All right, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand. Ooh, yeah, you don't quite pick the lock. So, what do you want to do? Okay. All right, so you see that, well, actually, I know I told you there was going to be a lot of dice rolls for this. I need you to roll me a perception check. 10? Okay. You do see a window that's higher up. This is a small 2-story little house. All right. There is a window up top that is slightly cracked open. It'll be an athletics check to try and climb up there and get through the window. Oh, yeah, you can't quite climb up. She rolled an 8. I tell you what, I will let you try to pick the lock again with a sleight of hand check. You just barely made the check. It takes you a little bit longer than you would hope to pick this lock, but you eventually do get the lock picked and you can open the door. She rolled an 11. Yes, thank you for changing the music. I should have, but I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you for that. So, okay. You open the door. Because this was way too upbeat for what we're doing here. So, you open the door and you see that the inside is dark. And it's very quiet. And as you creep in, you see that there's like, it's this house is very lived in. You see coats, you see shoes, you see boots, you see. As you go further in through the back door, you see that you're coming into the kitchen, and the kitchen is it's also dark. But you can also smell faintly food that was cooked not that long ago. No, you do not see any poisons within this area. Oopsie. Durin. You hear footsteps above your head. You try to follow sound. Okay. You creep around and you see there's a set of stairs as you round the corner. You see there's a small hallway with a set of stairs on your right going up. All right, roll me another stealth check as you quietly go up the stairs as quietly as possible. 27. Nat 20. Awesome. Awesome. Actually, you guys, I will allow you to unmute and congratulate Julia Kai on her nat 20.
Woohoo! I think that's the first one of the session.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. Let's go. You are a leaf on the wind as you go up those stairs. Heading upstairs, and as you come up the stairs, you see down the hallway to your right, because as you go up the stairs, the hallway kind of wraps around to the right, going into rooms that are up on the second floor. And as you are coming up the stairs, you see a door quietly close on the left-hand side of the hallway. And you see your friend just kind of step into that room, almost like they just finished using the bathroom or taking a shower, something like that, but looking like they're about ready to go to bed. No, there are no windows in this hallway except for at the very end of the hallway that kind of leads to the outside. So what do you want to do? Yeah, you are able to creep towards this door, and there are no traps, as this is just a normal home. And you get to the door. Now, let me ask you, what are you going to do once you get to the door? As you press your ear against this door, you um you don't hear any kind of like loud commotion. You just kind of hear the creak of what sounds to be a rocking chair within this room. Yep. Now, someone in their chair, indeed. What would you like to do? So, as you wait to hear to hear if the sound stops, you don't hear it stop. It seems like they're probably going to be there for a while. Give me a second. It's up to you what you want to do. All right. Then this will be a sleight of hand check. To see if you can open the door quietly. All right. You beat his passive perception, so yes, you open the door quietly, and he does not hear you, but you see him sitting in a rocking chair, looking at the fire, his back to you. All right. Now he's going to get another perception check to see if he hears you approaching from behind. All right, this is going to be a contested stealth check. So go ahead and roll a final stealth check to see if you can creep up behind him. I just rolled his perception, so you easily beat it. You come up behind him. He does not hear you as you approach the back of the chair. Yeah, he literally only rolled a 12. So, yeah, he didn't hear you coming. And that's with a fucking +7. Good lord. She is currently typing out what she wants to do, so if you guys are in the chat, please be patient. Her mic is busted, so we're having to do her answers through text, so. All right, so I would say if you're trying by what you're trying to do, is you stabbed like right at the base of his skull, like where the spine and the skull meet, which is the right where the um, brainstem is, which will pretty much immediately kill him. So go ahead and roll an attack for me. Very nice. Yes, you do bypass his AC, and it is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage for me, and you get to add your sneak attack die. 11, is that with your sneak attack die? Okay. All right. Yeah. He is dead immediately. All right. So now, what do you want to do? Yeah, you move. You move to where you can see his face, and it is indeed your fellow Antivan Crow that has broken the rules. And you have completed your mission. All right, you put. She says she moves her hand to her pouch, and takes a crow feather and puts it in his hand as if he's holding. Okay. All right. She signs, "May you find peace." All right. Is this where you make your stealthy exit? All right. So, in a final stealth check, I know I said final last time, but it was the final stealth check for the mission that she was completing. Now she's completed it. Now it's a final stealth check for her to get out. So, roll me one final stealth check to escape the house unnoticed. Another nat 20? Oh, I was about to get super excited for you. No, 25 is more than enough. So you escaped the house unseen. Nobody the wiser that you were ever there in the first place. Do you go back to your companions? All right, so you get your backpack and head back to the house where your companions are, and you put your dagger back in its hiding place. All right, so you make it back to the house where your companions are currently residing and hanging out. So, what do you say to your companions as you return? You guys can also unmute now if you'd like.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
how
gonna
long do
ask
you
the
think
same.
that it took? It only probably took you maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes. Because this house actually was not too far down the street. So,
I know some of the others had started talking about going to bed, but Durin would be sitting in front of the fire, just kind of staring into the fire.
okay. Yeah, so that would mean that you see Durin, and it seems that your other fellow companions have went to sleep.
Well, I don't know if they actually did or not. I just know that
Oh, okay, yeah,
that had
who's
been
all
part of the
still awake?
discussion.
Yeah, let's get a sound off. Who's all still awake?
Thevin is still awake. He's currently reading poetry.
All right.
Three
I
is
know
definitely
Scurry. Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
Okay,
We're
yay.
back now. Cool.
Yeah, you came back just
Sleep.
for this. It looked like it's the final climactic ending to Julia Kai's escapade.
Yep, I missed everything before placing a feather.
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, you see Thevin and you see Durin. Who else is still in the downstairs? Who's still awake? Or is anybody else still awake?
I don't think so. Rosencrantz went up to a room and is doing lesson plans for the morning.
Ah, okay. All right, all right. Scree, would you still be awake, or would you have went to bed as well?
Oh no, he went to bed.
Okay, so it's just
He's in his room. He may or may not.
yeah. So it's just Thevin and it's Durin that's awake. So that's who you see as you come in, Shaliakai. Yeah, they would presumably see you walking through the front door.
Well, let's see if I can roll. Is that perception?
Are you trying to hide that you're
Yeah,
returning?
that's
'Cause
the question. Are you,
For all
oh,
you told
okay.
us is you were going for a walk.
She said that she isn't trying to hide now.
Okay. So feeling the draft as you come in, and seeing that Thevin is reading, I would sign rather than speak aloud. Have a good walk.
Okay, out of character. Do you think how funny it would be if what was it? If you just see two people speaking sign language and like, so how was your walk? Oh, it wasn't that great. And then all of a sudden you just say, how the hell did you put quotations in sign language?
No,
Right?
they do it with their facial expressions.
Exactly.
You
Mhm.
you basically just lift up and down your eyebrows every time you do it, like uh-huh.
She says, "Sorry for taking a while. It was nice."
I'm glad you'd been complaining about the cold so much. I was a little surprised that you wanted to take a walk this late in the day.
She says, "I had business with a friend."
Surprised you have friends out here. Kind of a long ways away from anything.
They are very far in between around here.
Understandable.
So,
I
What-
hope you had a pleasant chat with them.
pleasant chat. Wasn't much talking.
He doesn't know that.
I know. Hi, how you doing, Stab?
Good thing Scree's asleep, because you would find it very suspicious if you went out for a walk and then had business with a friend. Got sketchy written all over.
All right, so she heads to bed after
It-
saying
it
goodnight.
does. Could I roll insight to know how much I actually trust what she is saying about
Yeah, you are more than
business with a friend?
yeah, you are more than welcome to roll an insight check. So this would be a contested roll for Julia Kai also. You roll either persuasion or deception.
My insight was 18.
Okay.
Your friends ask you, so how's your friend? Oh, they're good. When your brother
Mhm.
asks, so wait, you have friends?
So 15 is what she got. So
Mhm.
Julia Kai, well, no, he's not asking you anything. So I would say that
It was just
during
how sketchy was this interaction?
yeah, I would say because she rolled an 15, so it's not too far off of your 18. So I would say that it's a little suspicious that she didn't give too many details on, and she just kind of said goodnight kind of abruptly and went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And I wouldn't make any point of it. It's just he's been around the group long enough to realize he needs to stop taking everything at face value.
Right.
I was going to say today specifically might be the day that Durin might grab the realization. Maybe everyone isn't a good person.
Well, no, he knows that not everyone's a good person, but he thinks
Yeah.
in general people are good. He has no idea he just happened to stumble into a morally dubious group of people.
Right. Right. All right. So Jalea Kai goes to bed. So how long would you say Durin and Thevin stay up?
Durin would stay up long enough to put his thoughts into order, because he essentially just learned about the end of the world and how it's happened before and it's going to happen again. And he's got a lot to think about. Plus,
Right.
the person he thought was most reliable in the group is acting kind of sketch tonight. So now he's like, huh, what have I gotten myself into?
Right. You thought
Well,
that of
yeah.
me? Nice.
You're the one who's perpetually always just kind of been by Durin's side the entire time we're traveling, doing the, oh, what are you doing? Cool, I'll follow you. So you've kind of just become this shadow who's next to him the entire time. So yeah.
So, what about you, Thevin? How long do you think you stay up?
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that it's only because he can translate for you.
What was the part you said? I'm sorry, I didn't hear
I
you.
was just asking, how long would you possibly stay up?
Well, since nobody's learning magic at this point, after reading a good poem, I would just go to bed.
Okay. So, and then after you get your thoughts together during, I'm assuming you go to bed as well?
Yeah, it's probably 45 minutes to an hour after everyone else, just because that's a lot to learn all at once.
Right. So, after
Well, yeah.
after a night's sleep, you wake up in the morning, and as you wake up, you okay, yeah. Milas asks you guys if you would assist him in a little bit of work around the house, if you would be so kind. After he makes you a nice hearty breakfast of this is a good breakfast, not something you would get at an inn for sure. You get a nice hearty breakfast of like eggs, like of steak and eggs, ale or coffee, whatever you choose, or just water. You also get a nice hunk of bread and some cheese to go along with it.
Mhm.
What kind of work?
If he has delicate work, Rosencrantz can help him with that.
He just tells you guys, I just need to fix up some things around the house, some maintenance upon the house before winter gets truly harsh.
It'd be my pleasure to assist.
Scree goes around casting mending.
All right, so you guys help him with some morning work, just kind of doing some general maintenance around the house to get it ready for the harsh winter that's to come. Right now, winter has kind of come up here in the mountains. It hasn't really set in on the lower parts, below the mountain, but it's kind of set in up here, but it hasn't really sunk its claws into the top of the mountain yet.
It's a good fall day in the mountains.
Yeah. So he also suggests to you guys that you equip yourself with warmer cloaks and warmer clothing for your trek up into the mountains to find the immortal hermit.
Not a bad idea. I appreciate the suggestion.
So
Is there a store anywhere nearby?
what he does actually to help you guys out is he actually gives you some good, thick, warm cloaks.
Oh, awesome.
Because there really is no store up here for you to buy said things. They get their stuff down at the bottom of the mountain. Like like 2, maybe 3 times a year, they go down for certain things that they don't have up here in the hamlet. So they don't really have a store up here in order to be able to for you to be able to buy things. But what they do, and what he does do, is he does give you these cloaks, but he says these are spares, and if you could possibly come back through here when you're done and return them, that would be much appreciated. So you guys are essentially all set to climb the mountain if you so choose, to go find the immortal hermit.
Sorry, Jalirica, I don't believe that it has slits for your horns and ears.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody can find a knife.
Yeah, I mean,
these are loners.
He knows mending. It's fine.
with the hood of the cloak, it's actually large enough because it's made so that way it kind of wide and deep enough for you to be able to not have the cold winds blowing on your face. So it's enough to go up over your horns. So, yeah, you are all. Do you guys? When do you guys want to go and begin your journey up the mountain?
Now seems like a good time.
Okay. All right.
So I would hitch Doulahan to the cart and get ready to head out.
All right. So, you guys start your trek. The hard climb up the Frostback Mountains begins. The deep snow, the cold winds, and the deafening silence almost makes it feel like everything is dead. It's so quiet. And as you travel up the mountain for a while, I'll give you guys the opportunity to talk amongst yourselves if you would so choose. If not, we can continue with the journey.
It's out of character. Did any of us ever actually invite Thevin to come with us?
Actually, that's a really good question.
Nope.
Not directly.
Technically speaking,
So
he said he would watch the lesson plans when I do those for Durin and Scree, but he never at any point said he was going with us, actually. So I was like, wait!
That's actually a really good point. So, would you follow them up into the mountains to find the immortal hermit?
Mainly because he's very interested in why this dwarf is wearing mage clothes and can produce magic.
Okay, so the elf is just here, and we're like, oh, okay. Hello.
Eh? Why
Nice
are
of
you
you.
coming?
I have my reasons.
Eh?
Nice of you to join us.
Well,
So-
pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
Guri, I have some questions after our conversation last night.
Aye.
You said Grey Wardens can sense the Darkspawn,
Aye.
which means you can sense them, right?
Aye.
So do you sense an archdemon?
I don't know. Do I?
No, you do not.
Yes, I think we're a little early for the Archdemon, so no. Can't see as a do.
Letter comes
Okay.
after H.
But you would know that the difference between the two, right?
So for to kind of give you an idea of what it's like when you sense the archdemon, you haven't experienced it yourself, obviously, but you've heard it from older Grey Wardens, because like you've also read it within the lore of the Grey Warden books that you've read when you're with your time as training as a Grey Warden. From what you've read and what you've heard from other Grey Wardens is that when you sense an archdemon, you can hear it. You almost feel the pull of the archdemon itself pulling you to do as it commands, but you are not a darkspawn. You don't have enough of the taint within you to really be affected by it. But you can actually, you would have nightmares of the archdemon talking to you and to the other darkspawn and commanding them. It's a very terrifying and very like surreal experience.
Yeah, I don't tell him any of that really.
Right.
But how would you answer the question then?
I got distracted by his explanation. What was your question?
So, can you tell the difference between the two, and how far away can you detect them?
The difference between an archdemon and a regular darkspawn?
Yeah.
I can tell the difference. So I presume.
I would know the difference, right?
Yeah, you would know the difference. You would definitely know the difference, because the thing is, though, is this, with darkspawn, they've kind of got to be within a certain radius for you to be able to sense them. But with an archdemon, at least from what you've read in the text and what you've heard from other Grey Wardens, is that you can sense and feel that from anywhere, no matter where you are. The nightmares of the archdemon itself are almost constant when an archdemon is present.
And I'm pretty sure the
Okay.
Danish.
For different reasons.
I was going to say, are you a Grey Warden too?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Scree still talking to me. My bad.
Yeah,
Nope, that was
sorry.
Crow. But,
Pro. No, you
yeah,
wouldn't be able to
yeah.
tell, because there's a difference between a Grey Warden and what you are. So, a Grey Warden literally has to take the taint within themselves to become a Grey Warden. I mean, this is a very well-kept secret, and none of you would know this. So, no metagaming. But, so they have kind of a leg up when it comes to sensing darkspawn and stuff like that. So,
Fascinating.
Indeed.
so
Yeah, this is one of the problems when you're the DM and there's multiple men that sound the same.
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's kind of how it works for Grey Wardens. But you can tell your companions as much as you like or as little as you like. So,
Well, I can tell the difference, and how far away I can sense them depends on how strong they are versus how strong I am.
Okay. But you'd be aware of them before they got to us, because you did say there were some in these mountains that we're looking for.
and with you having fought darkspawn before, oh yes, you can definitely tell before they come close.
Okay.
They won't be sneaking up on us.
Good to know.
So, as you guys are traveling up the mountain. This lackluster silence that you've been having as you walk, the only sound being your footsteps in the snow and your voices as you conversate amongst yourselves. The silence is interrupted by a raging roar that you hear on the air. And I want all of you to roll a perception check.
15. Unless I get advantage on it because it's secretly a dark spot.
No.
7.
13 for Rosencrantz.
Okay. Let me know what Julia gets.
7 got a.
Julia
I got a 6.
Okay.
I just realized that 7 sounds like 7, but with a lisp.
It's Mike Tyson. He's the one that's playing with us. It's secretly Mike Tyson.
So it looks like Durin was highest with a 17.
All right.
Then Scree with a 15.
Okay. So for those of you who got above a 10, you see a group of black bears, or is it black bears? Let me double check. I gotta get my brown bears. No, it's brown bears. You see a group of brown bears coming out of this cave that's further down the hill just a bit. And you see them looking up at you and roaring at you with a fury that you you could hear almost the fury of these bears as they look at you, and they seem to be coming in your direction.
I
Wow.
don't think this is normal behavior for bears.
Depends on how hungry they are.
I suppose that's true.
Right? We got incoming.
So the very first thing I do is I cast Sanctuary on Dullahan,
Okay.
on our horse.
Okay.
Good, good.
All right,
To be
real
fair, my
quick,
first
how much
was-
time do we got for the other campaign that we're in? Real quick. 30-ish minutes?
about-
We
Okay.
have 35 minutes.
Okay, cool. Then we might be able to knock this combat out. Let's see.
How far away are they?
They are about a good 35, 40 feet away, and they're making their way towards it.
Are they all in a club?
And are they all in a cluster?
Basically.
Yeah. There is about 6 bears coming at you.
Sleep! All I have is sleep.
All right. So what is the check on that?
Oh, the sleep check?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second.
I think it's total number of hit die.
Yeah, no, it's an HP thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
And a back.
Roll well.
All right. So do I roll or do you roll?
I don't know. I just hit the thing to cast, but then I'm not sure if it actually. Okay, you did use one of my spell slots, so.
What's
Yeah,
happening?
He's casting sleep on the bears.
Oh,
It doesn't look like it rolled the hit die for you though.
Yeah, which is. Hit trip your choice in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Okay, no,
so-
it's a 2024 rule. Then now it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. That's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, they need to
Alright.
roll above a 13.
Roll above a 13. So with the 5, you said it was a 5-foot radius?
Yes, it's a 5-foot sphere.
A 5-foot
5-foot
sphere.
radius sphere, which means it's anywhere within 10 feet or
So
5
it would
feet of
hit
either
4
side of the point.
squares on a battle map.
So
Yeah.
it would hit. Let me see here.
It would
Yeah, I
hit
think.
9 squares on a battle map. It's a 3x3 square.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
So yeah, I think that it would catch 3 of them. They're not
Awesome.
like super. They're not super tightly knit together, but you know they're kind of close.
That's fair.
So Let me see.
Listen,
here.
the more it can get off the fucking field, the better.
Yep.
So we're gonna roll 3d20. I got 2 17s and a 5. So one of them goes to sleep. Just boom, and just kind of slides along the snow for a minute, just fast asleep.
Okay, so that one is incapacitated. If it fails a second save, it's unconscious.
Alrighty.
Straight up.
Alrighty then. So, okay. I will count that as a surprise round, and the rest of you, I need all of you, actually, to roll initiative. I'm just going to make it 1 initiative for the Bears.
Alright, I'm back. What happened?
Oh
We're
my
fighting
god!
against bears.
Oh, they get a whopping
cannot-
+0 to their fucking dexterity. Awesome.
Wait, what happened?
We're fighting a bunch of bears.
Should I roll initiative?
Yes.
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 The Bears got a
I-
10. If somebody could do me a favor and write down the initiatives for me while I get this all prepared.
Mhm.
Also, you know, it's fitting that I would be the one that has like a 9 for my initiative for this.
Jalika got a 4.
Looks like Scree is first.
That's concerning since I only got a 13.
I got a
Devin and
total
I
of
are
10, so
Apparently
then
tied.
Durin. So how do you want to deal with ties?
Whoever has the higher dexterity of the two.
That'd be me. Rosencrantz.
Okay, so Rosencrantz and then Thevin.
All right, is that everybody's initiative, or who we got left?
I'm just waiting for the bears.
Okay, yeah, the Bears had a 10.
So
Okay,
they're tied with Durin.
but I have a higher dexterity.
Yeah, so they would go after Durin.
Okay, so that would mean Scree is up.
All right, sweet.
All right. Well, let's start us off with a scorching ray.
All right.
That's going to give me 3 attacks. It's a 22 hit.
Yes, that hits.
That's a 12 hit.
That hits.
All right, cool. So that'll be all 3 hits then, because the third one was also a 22. And let's just target the lead bear with that.
Alrighty.
1, 17 fire damage.
All right, sweet. All right, 17 damage. That's good. All right, so that's your action, and I think you also have your bonus action and your movement. What would you like to do?
Movement wise, I'm going to make sure I'm behind people that have more armor than I do.
Ha! Hey, he's using you guys as meat shields. How about that shit?
Yeah.
Wow, the
Typical.
mighty Grey Warden, huh?
Do I look like I'm wearing armor?
All right.
That's the end of my turn. I don't have any
what
bonus
about
actions.
Shahari? What about her initiative?
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
a damn good point. Okay.
'Cause she's with us.
Yeah, you guys are going to
She
probably
got a
have to
10.
remind me that you guys have her with you sometimes.
Yep.
That's fair.
I forgot
Uh,
about her too. And
What's
she's
her
my minion.
dexterity?
She's got a +4 to dexterity.
I'd
Oh,
say
she's
a fucking
definitely
rogue.
faster than me then.
So 13 plus
So she would
4.
be
I
next.
just rolled for her, so 13 plus 4.
I've got her stats.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you had her stats. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she would be next.
All right.
All right.
So go
Well-
for it. You do her turn.
All right. Cool. Well, she's going to hold her action to attack the first bear that gets in melee range with uh, somebody else in front so that she can get sneak attack.
All right, that works. All right, who's next after the conscript?
That would be Durin.
Durin.
So
All right.
Durin is going to move his 30 feet movement closer to the bears, placing himself between the rest of the group and the bears,
Okay.
and is going to hold action to attack whichever one gets into his attack range.
Sounds good. Okay. All right, who's next after Durin?
The bears.
All right, sweet. So, the bears, the first bear is going to use his full movement to get in close. And he is going to do a multi-attack on
Okay.
Is that
Durin.
so? That triggers
So he-
Durin's reaction.
Yep,
Yep.
go ahead.
So he triggers my attack. That is a critical.
Nice, natural 20.
Total of 25.
Nice. Round of applause.
And then. Hold on. That is 19 slashing damage, and I'm dumping one of the. Where'd it go? One of my smites into it.
All right.
I am still figuring out where everything is on this. Okay.
Sorry
So
to
that
interrupt.
is an additional 12.
12. Okay, so this is the same one that was hit with the spell earlier,
Flicker
the
ray.
fire. Yeah, the fire spell earlier. So that actually kills the bear. So how do you want to do this?
Well, everyone would watch as his sword just starts glowing as he shouts some unintelligible phrase, takes a step to the side, and just flashes down its side as it tried to run past him.
All right, so that first bear just slides along the snow dead because he was in full charge when you stepped aside and slashed him.
Mhm.
So he just drops, just like the other one that fell asleep, and slides to his, and he's dead. So the second bear is also going to use his full movement and get
Mhm.
close, and this bear is going to do a multi-attack. So,
Yep, I figured.
all right, so he's going to use a bite and a claw. So he gets +6 this attack. That is 17 + 6. Does that hit?
Unfortunately, my AC is 18.
All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and roll the hit on the claw attack. So 6 + 4, that does not hit.
Yep.
All right, so the bite attack is going to be 1d8 + 4. All right. That is 6 + 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
Okay.
So, the next bear is going to use his full movement to try to get to the others that are further past you up the hill, since the other bear is engaged with you. They're going to start making their way up the hill using their full movement. They're not going to be able to get close enough, I don't think. So that's going to take care of the bear's turn. Oh, do I have to roll for the bear that's asleep on their turn?
It's the same wisdom save. If it fails again, it is incapacitated. Or
Unconscious.
unconscious officially.
All right.
Didn't you say there were 6 bears?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one's
6.
unconscious, one's dead. The other 4 are somewhere in between Durin and the rest of the party.
Okay. Did any of those run
Or other
past
3,
Durin?
sorry.
So, what was the DC
Oh, he doesn't
again?
have a reaction limit.
It's a Wisdom 13.
They met the DC of 13. So does it? I think it's meet beat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he beat it. So he's gonna be shaking his head and getting up and starting to charge back into the fray. Okay. All right. So that is going to be the bear's turn. Who is next after the bears?
Rosencrantz.
All right. Go ahead.
Gosh. Yeah, because I don't know where the other bears are, so can't really do that again.
They're like
So,
about 20
three
feet
are-
away from you. After using their full movement, they're about 20 feet away from you, coming up the hill.
Okay. Do I see? Okay, so I can see all of them.
Yes, you can see all of them.
How far apart are they again?
They're like if we were using a battle map that you guys could see, they're like right next to each other, with 5-foot squares. You know, right next to each other on the battle map, kind of coming up.
20
The
feet
hill.
away from us.
Yeah, 20 feet away.
They're
They're not like in a line. They're kind of staggered, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how these things work again. Honestly, if they're all kind of clumpy together, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, go for it.
Sleep again.
You're just like, go the fuck to sleep!
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep. Go
For the
sleep.
record, every time he's doing this, you just see a little tiny wisp, like purpley spirit thing, just try and go around them and just lullaby.
All right. So, all right. So it's another. I would say. You can catch like. You could catch another 3 of them, possibly. Do you want to try and catch another 3 of them?
Again,
only
that's the
3 of
big
them
thing. Try to hit as many of them as possible.
All right. Oh shit! I have to roll for 3. Oops. There we go. One of them got a natural 1. So he's
Okay.
asleep.
Okay, let's go with he is just straight up unconscious
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, we'll go with that. The other 2 passed though, so yeah,
Damn it.
one of them is out of the fight permanently, but the other 2 are still charging up the hill. So that is your action. You have your bonus action and your movement.
I'm gonna be real. I'm not meant for the front line, so I'm gonna be walking back like at least a 15-20 meters, or 15-20 meters, 15-20 feet back.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have a bonus action thing I can do for this.
All right. Who's next after Rosencrantz?
That would be Theven.
All right, Theven, you're up.
20 feet away, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and use the cantrip True Strike.
Okay.
Do I have to explain what it does?
No,
Yes,
like, well, yeah, you can if you want to, for flavor. Yes, you don't
All right.
have to, but if you want to, for flavor, go ahead.
For flavor purposes. Basically, what happens is that I point one of my fingers at one of the bears. As my eyes start to light up, this shows me my target's defenses. On my next turn, I gain an advantage on my first attack roll against them.
Sweet. Nice, nice.
So yeah, I basically get an advantage in their defenses. So this is basically just letting me know ahead of time how to fight.
Right.
Bless you.
So I think that the cantrip is a bonus action. So I think you have your action and your movement.
It's one
left.
action.
Oh, it's an action to use a True
Yeah,
Strike?
it's an
Oh, okay,
action.
okay, okay. I thought cantrips were all bonus actions. My bad.
No.
I don't
If
play
you have-
spellcasters.
I
Can
think
you
it's
tell? Can you
Warcaster.
tell, chat? I am not a
Oh, yeah,
spellcaster.
sure.
There are feats you can take so that you could cast both a leveled spell and a cantrip in the same round, but I forget what one it is.
Well, most of the time you can
Um,
do that. It just depends on the thing. You can't cast 2 leveled spells in a.
Well, yeah, I knew that
That's-
much.
I
I knew
mean-
that much. Yeah.
I mean, I can cast a bonus action spell, but I don't want to use up my spells right away.
Right. Right. Okay. All right then. So is that your turn?
That's my turn. just to see
So-
my opponent's defenses.
Right.
That
All right.
brings us to Jalarakai.
Shiliakai, you're up.
He is typing.
Yes, the bears are
Yeah,
running
there
towards
are
you.
two bears running towards you still. One passed out with Rosencrantz's spell.
Fuck.
Should I tell my party members what I see? No, wait, never mind. No, never mind. Sorry. Keep going.
To be fair, most people consider talking a bonus, or not a bonus action, but a free action.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how the spell works.
That's
Yeah, because it only gives me the advantage.
Yep.
fair.
Yeah, it's not like Guiding Bolt, which gives just whoever attacks it next.
I sure probably got the guiding bolt spell. Oh well.
Well, it's on
Next
the
time.
cleric list. So,
Oh yeah, you'd have to be a cleric.
Or take a
Or I
magic
think-
initiate.
yeah. Or a celestial warlock. Okay, so she is walking up to the bears, takes out her short sword and her dagger. She is still typing. And she will hit whichever one is closest to her.
Okay. All right. So you were going to approach the bears and get within melee of them and attack. So go ahead and roll an attack for me. I believe you can attack with your action, and you can attack again with your bonus action with the offhand. So, if that's what you're choosing to do.
Actually, two-weapon fighting is one action to attack with both offhand and main hand.
Oh, really?
So that was a 10 with the short sword, 21 with the dagger.
Here, let's see.
So the 10 will not hit, but the dagger will.
5
no.
points of damage from the dagger.
Okay.
D&D
All right.
just has it written weird. It
Yeah.
is a bonus action for the other attack.
Okay. So that's her action, and her bonus action. So you used your movement to get close. So I think that's your turn. Yeah. No, I don't think you
yes.
can.
Yep.
All right. So who's after Jaliakai?
That brings us back to the top of the initiative order with Scree.
All right, Scree.
Right.
All right.
Scorching Ray on the bear that she didn't stab.
All right. Go for it.
We got 19 and a 20
Is that a nat 20 or a
and an
dirty 20?
11. No, dirty 20.
Okay.
And an 11. So does the 11 hit?
That is exactly the AC. So yeah, that hits.
All right. That'll be 19 fire damage.
All right. Sweet. Yeah, he's
And I'm gonna
still
back
up.
And then I'm going to back up.
Okay.
Then it's Shihari's turn.
Well, she's going to run up to the one that Jaliakai is attacking and stab it with her 2 short swords.
All right.
That'll be she doesn't. Is she close enough to get flanking for advantage?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. So that'll be a 9 for one and a dirty 20 for the other.
The 9 does not hit, but the dirty 20 does.
So then she'll get with sneak attack 13 points of slashing damage.
All right. Sweet. That's good. All right. Hold on for a second. I've lost track. It's not that it's not so much that I've lost track as it is my freaking note where I was keeping track of my damage that I was doing disappeared. So hold on for a second. Okay, I have to pull this. Okay, so I have to ask, um, so how much? Like I have to ask, do you guys remember the damage that you did? I know one's dead, and one's permanently out because they're asleep.
All of my damage was on the one that was dead.
Okay, so
We need to Lyricize damage.
she did 5. I remember that.
I did no damage. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Juliakai did 5 plus the 13 from Shahari.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's 18 damage total on that one. Okay.
and then the other one took the Scorching Ray from
Which
the
was a total of 19 damage.
Okay. And so there's
And then-
still
There's
still
still
2 with
one
full
that's
health.
undamaged that's
2.
in melee with Durin, and one that is, I forget where else on the battlefield.
The first one that fell asleep, he woke up and
Oh right,
was
he's
presumably
further
still
back.
on the other side of Durin.
so okay. So all right, now I just need to that and because I have to basically remake this because it fucking disappeared. I don't know why. It's like Microsoft Word just fucking crashed and I don't know why.
Yeah, when that happens.
Because reasons.
Yeah. So there's 3 that are undamaged right now, right?
2 that are undamaged.
2 are undamaged.
Scorching Ray went to 1, and Juliakai and Sahari attacked the other.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I just needed to keep track of... Okay, there we go. All right, good. We're good. Okay, I got my stuff back. All right. So we're gonna go and she did the damage, and then it's after her. Who's next?
Durin.
Durin. Okay.
So
Th-
I am going to channel Divinity,
Okay.
imbuing my weapon with Holy Power.
All right.
So it will now be dealing radiant damage,
Sweet.
and it is now shining bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim another 20 after that. This gives me a +4 on my attack rolls
Okay.
because I don't want to take the risk of possibly missing.
Makes sense.
Good thing I did, because that would be 13.
All right,
Since
13.
it didn't add the +4 to it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that would hit.
So that is 6 damage, and I am going to smite again.
All right, go for it.
For another 7. So that's a total of 13 radiant damage to it.
Yeah, and this is one of the undamaged ones, right?
Correct. It's the
Okay.
one that's in melee with me.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I remember.
That's like 20 feet beyond the rest of the group.
Right. Okay. And then there's still one that's coming up on the rear behind him. That
Correct.
was asleep. Okay. Cool. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So Durin, is that the end of your turn? Or you got more to do?
I am not moving. I am staying where I am.
All right. So that after Durin, who do we got?
The bears.
The Bears. Okay, so we're gonna start off with you, Durin, and we're gonna move on to the ones after that. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So this this bear is going to again multi-attack.
Mhm.
All right. So that is a +6 to hit.
They're trying to beat an 18.
Yeah, they were. The first attack is a 17, just barely missing your AC. And then we're gonna go again with a claw attack, again with a +6. That is 16, so both of those attacks miss. You're just like dodging out of the way of this big burly freaking bear.
And he's doing it with like the minimum amount of movement possible. Um, the others could probably tell he has a lot of experience with combat,
Yeah.
even if he doesn't remember it. This is like pure muscle memory.
All right, so we have the other bear coming up on. He's going to be coming up on you because he was pulling up the rear.
Mhm.
So he's also going to come in for an attack.
As expected.
So let's see here. Hey, he might frickin' miss again. Who knows? Well, he might miss too. All right, here we go.
Mhm.
That is a 19 +6 on the first attack.
Okay.
And on the second attack, that is a natural 1. So,
So he got me with his bite.
yep. So that is 1d8 +4. That is 6 damage.
Okay.
All right. So both of those bears are now currently in melee with you. So we got the other 2 bears that are coming up the hill.
One which is in melee with Julia Kai and Shahari.
Yeah, so...
And the other one is not in melee with anybody yet.
Yeah, he's going to have to use his full movement to get close to anybody. So, so the one that's attacking Julia Kai is also going to do a multi-attack with a bite and a claw. So, here we go.
She says her AC is 14.
That is a natural 2, so that's going to miss. And for the claw attack, so that is a dirty 20 on the claw attack. That is 2d6 +4. So here we go. That is 8 damage to Shliakai. All right. So the one coming up the hill. Let me think here.
You mean the one that was only hit by the Scorching Ray?
Yeah, the one that was only hit by the Scorching Ray. Coming up the hill, he's going to go after... I think Durin, because I think he was at the front, and not... Where's the Crow that was at the front? I think it was Crow at the front. Yeah, I think it was Crow at the front, because I don't think he moved back.
I deliberately had put myself in between
No,
everybody
no.
else.
Didn't mean Durin. I was meaning Scree. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Scree. I think it's Crow that was in the front. I think that he was the only one that didn't move back.
Turn around.
Yeah, no.
To get back to me.
Because I think Crow's character was the only one that didn't move back. Theven didn't move back, so I think he would attack Theven first. Okay, so he's going to do a multi-attack on Theven.
Okay. I will use a reaction. Spiny Shield.
Ooh. Okay. That is a 15 to hit. Does that hit?
See if I use the spell. +2. Yeah, it's a hit.
All right. And then for the claw attack. That is an 18 to hit. So both of those hit.
Also, the attacker gets dealt 2d4 damage.
All right, go ahead and roll that, and I'm gonna roll mine here real quick. So the first one is a 1d8 plus 4.
That is a total of 4 damage to the bear.
Okay, so 4 damage to the bear.
Doesn't it also reduce your damage a little bit?
Oh yeah.
By the same amount he rolled, yeah.
Okay, so that was
Oh yeah.
7 for the first. It was 7 damage for the first hit.
Okay, and let's see. That was. I also have to reduce that damage by 2d4.
And then, so now 2d6 plus 4 for the claw attack.
And this would proc twice because it's per hit.
So 4.
That's 11 for the claw attack. So you just have this bear come down on you while you have the you said it's a spiky shield?
Yeah, it's a spiny shield.
Spiny shield. You just see this big bear come up and just start clawing at you with the and biting at you while you hold it back with the shield.
So it
And
takes 8 damage. I take 8 less damage.
yes.
Okay. So instead of getting hit by 11, I got hit by.
I think it was 7 and 11, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 7 and 11. Yeah.
So. That's,
You take 10 damage total.
you.
All right. So I think that's all of the bears. So yeah, it's the bear's turn is done. So who's next?
Rosencrantz.
All right, go for it.
Oh my. Okay, can you describe to me where these bears are again? Like, I'm trying to keep track, but it's very hard to visualize.
So there's
I got-
there are
Two
two
are
barons.
engaged with Durin. One is
Durin.
engaged with Zelirikai and Shahari, and one is with Thevin.
Okay. All right.
I've been updating my notes as we go.
Thank you. Are Jaliriakai and Durin's bears like close together?
Somewhat. They're about 20 feet from each other.
20 feet away. Okay, so it's not worth doing that for these.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is Vicious Mock, the one that's in front of Thevin right now.
Okay. What do you say to the bear? Because I really want to hear this.
Heal.
Your mother was a rabbit.
The bear just kind of goes, huh? It looks at you like, what the fuck?
Listen, nobody said he's great at insults. He's just fucking ridiculous. It is a Wisdom 13 save.
Okay. And I believe the bear has a whopping 0 plus 0 to his wisdom save. Yeah, a whopping plus 0 to his wisdom save. So it's just a raw d20 roll.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 5.
Okay, so he's taking the full damage. That's a 3.
So 3 damage?
And he now 3 damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
All right. So this bear that is currently engaged with Thevin is looking kind of rough.
So my last thing I'm going to do is I really shouldn't do this because I don't have a lot of spell slots left. I'm holding one of them for a healing word in case anybody goes down.
Did you guys not take the long rest after sleeping that full night at the place?
We did, but I don't have a lot of spell slots
We're level
because
3.
Oh,
we don't
okay,
have
okay.
a lot of spell slots.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm at like half health right now. I
Oh.
went from
Yeah.
20 to 10.
I have 2 level 1 spell slots left and then 2 upcasts for a second level. Which I'm still not sure how I have, but we're going with it.
All right. So
That's
you said you were doing what with healing word?
I'm gonna be holding on to a spell just in case anybody goes down. That is the trigger.
Okay, I got
Okay.
you.
If
So,
any
I'm
of
the first
our
one.
specific party goes down. Let me rephrase that.
Okay. All right. So after Rosencrantz, who's next?
Evan,
All right, Devin, you're up. You have this bear on you. What do you want to do?
you also have your guiding strike still. Or not? Yeah.
You
Your
have
mother
advantage
was a
on your-
rabbit, and your father smelt of elderberries. Really? Really, Julia Kai?
Exactly. Julia Kai can teach me how to insult people. There you go.
All right. Seven, I think it's you.
I think he's thinking.
Yes.
Mhm.
Your
Oh, it's me?
mother was a hipster. Your father smelled
All right,
the
so
elderberry.
my turn. Okay. Well, I am seriously injured. I am not dead yet, so that's a plus sign.
You were the one I was most likely thinking was going to go down the next turn.
Most likely, yes. I do have an idea to use a specific spell. However, this might affect everyone else.
What would that be?
The spell Earth Tremor. Basically, I cause a tremor in the ground. That's within range of 10 feet.
Nobody's within 10 feet of you, except the bear.
And basically, any creatures that are around me, I'm not affected. I have to make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone.
Okay.
However, if the ground happens to be loose earth or stone, the area around me becomes difficult terrain.
Okay. They get a whopping +0 to their dex too, so
Ta-da.
we'll see how it's just a raw roll. Here we go.
All right,
What's the
I'm
DC?
gonna go. The DC is 13.
All right.
Dex 13.
They legitimately got a 13 on the die.
What? Damn.
They
So
cursed the rock.
they passed.
Does it take half damage or anything?
Nope.
I think so.
Nope.
Oh,
Only take
boy.
damage on the fail.
Oh boy.
I just basically massage these fluff nuggets.
You can swear. I don't give a shit. I say it all the time. I curse all the fucking time. So go. Yeah, it's fine. This is an 18+ stream, so I make sure to put that on my Twitch. Anyway.
Good. Dumb fuckers. Anyway.
All
That
right.
brings us to Jalirikai then.
Julia Kai, you're
But
up.
I don't think you want to try to move with the opportunity attack.
Yeah, I would have to disengage for that one.
Mhm.
But I think disengaging takes an action, so I can't do that.
It does.
Indeed.
Oh, wait. I could use my
Ah,
bonus
Julia
action to
Kai bleeped you.
bleed. What?
She bleeped you.
Thank you for the bleed.
So Jalirikai is going after the one that is still with her and Shahari.
Yeah,
Which
she's
means
gonna.
she has advantage from flanking
Yep, she does.
Which means she should get her sneak attack.
and sneak attack.
Indeed, she will get her sneak attack.
Damn. A 23 to hit with a dagger?
She's rolling
Nice.
real well.
Both of those hit, so roll damage. For those in chat, since she's typing, she got a 14 with her short sword, and she got a 23 with her dagger.
It was a 19 with the short sword.
She actually rolled a 19. not
19.
14.
Oh, okay. So it says 14 short sword, 23 dagger.
She typed 14 in the chat, but the actual log shows a 19.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
He's trying to flank us.
And she looks like she's using a feat to re-roll the damage.
Nice.
Um,
I know the feat she's talking about because I homebrewed it.
Okay, 8 damage for sneak attack, 7 damage from one of the weapons, 9 from the other.
So that is a
24
total
So that's
of
a total of
24.
24.
24.
Yep.
Ooh, nice. So hold on a second. So 24 damage. So I think, let me see here. What's 18 plus 24?
42.
So yeah, Julia Kai, how do you want to do this?
21.
Stab him around the head area.
You know what? Just for fun, what I'll say is you stab the bear in the exact same spot you stabbed your the other guy that you snuck into the house of and killed. You stab him right in that same area, right where the brainstem meets the skull. So it's just instant, boom, dead.
Okay. You would still have movement as well, Kai.
And the bear's
So-
dead, so you don't have to worry about opportunity attacks. Yay!
There's one
Yep.
that's attacking Thevin and 2 that are attacking Durin. I believe that your movement is enough you'd be able to get up to either of them. But clearly you've already used your actions, so you would just be able to move there.
You could give Durin flanking, actually.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Okay, she's gonna move up to help Durin.
All right, sweet. Gotcha. All right, so after Zulia Kai, who's next?
I think that's top of the order.
Yep, back to screen.
All right. Well, since I don't have any more Scorching Rays, we're going to Eldritch Blast the bear attacking Tevin.
All right.
Good call.
That'll be a natural 20.
Nice. Yes,
For a
round of
total of 26.
applause.
Woohoo!
Do you guys have the sound on my Twitch right now?
I do not.
If you would like to, I'm this is probably what is Scree is going to be like. Just I'm gonna put it on here.
All right. That's 13 damage to that guy.
Yeah, this is Scree right now.
Which I hope means that it's coming down.
All right, 13 damage to the bear attacking Tevin. That'll be the end of
Sorry, I had to do it. So what was the damage? Or what was the
13.
hit? What was the hit? Sorry. That was
Oh,
the
it was a
hit was
natural
20.
20.
Yeah. So what's the damage? I'm sorry.
13.
13?
13.
So 26 plus 13, what's that?
39.
39.
Yep, so how do you want to do this?
All right, so we got this nice Eldritch bolt of energy. It's going to go flying right past Theron's waist, because, he's a dwarf, he's short. And it's going to plow and, go right down the bear's throat, right into its open maw.
Nice. Yeah, you just it just it goes right into its mouth, and you just kind of see the bear just expand for just a second, and then just drop dead.
Exactly.
Okay,
Alright.
Shahari.
That brings us to Shahari. She's going to run up and flank the other bear that Jaliakai is not flanking.
So
Okay.
one of them has been hurt, the other one has not.
Yep.
It should be pretty obvious which one is which, but
The one that is on the Durin is currently engaged with. The one that he's like physically attacking at the moment is the one that is hurt. The other one on the other
Right.
side of that bear is not hurt.
Right. But Juliakai is only flanking against one of them for Durin.
Yeah. So which
Mhm.
one would you want to flank, Juliakai? Would you want to flank the one that's hurt, or would you want to flank the one that's not hurt?
The one that's not hurt.
Okay.
Okay. So then
So
Shahari's going to flank the one that is hurt. And that'll be a 24 and a 19 to hit.
Both of them hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. That'll be a total of 25 damage.
All right. So 13 plus 25.
38.
How does she want to do this?
She's gonna like run up and like jump on it and just jab her short swords in its neck.
All right. Sweet. So you have literally one left.
The one that's kicking my ass.
No, the one that
Nope.
just ran up to you.
no, the only one that's left is on Durin, and it's the one that hasn't been hurt yet.
Yep.
We actually
But
did
that brings it
fairly
to-
well for this.
Durin's turn. So Durin's just gonna whirl on that one and smack it with his greatsword.
All right. Go for it.
He has an additional +4 on that. I don't know why it's not counting it.
D&D
So
Beyond
that's an
Translation.
18 to hit
That'll hit.
for 11 radiant damage from the sword strike, and then I'm pumping another divine smite into it.
So how much did you say again? 11?
Nice.
So
24 total.
11 and 13, so 24 total.
All right. He's still up, but he's not looking too good.
And that would make it its turn. So the last bear.
Yeah. The
Oh,
bear
wait.
is. What?
Hold on. Durin, you had advantage from flanking.
Well, I hit anyways, so.
Right. But what if you crit?
Oh, he's got a point. Go for it. See if
that,
he crit.
that is a good point. Let's find out. Nope.
All right. So the bear is going to do a multi-attack against Durin. Let's see here. +6 to hit. I gotta keep reminding myself of that.
Mhm.
So that is a dirty 20 to hit on that one.
That hits me.
And then for the claw attack, $18 to hit on the second one.
18 is my armor class.
All right, so both of those hit. So first one is 1d8 plus 4. $10 on the first one, 10 damage. And then
That's a lot.
2d6.
Okay.
2d6 plus 4 on the second one. Oops.
As
Not-
long as it's a low roll, he's okay. But if it's a high roll, Durin might be unconscious. We'll find out.
He'll be fine.
To be fair, even if you go unconscious, the
13.
healing word is
13
very
damage for the second one.
That brings me to exactly 0.
Healing word goes off. Listen, I was going to be like, do I have to burn the spell?
Mhm.
You do. You do have to burn the spell because it was needed.
So he just kind of goes down, and it's kind of like, ugh. Whoa, I'm back.
Okay, wait, I just cast. Did none of these things just actually do?
When you push the cast button, it uses the spell slot. That's all it does.
Okay, alright. How the hell do you roll with them? Oh, wait, no, there it is. I'm an idiot. You heal 9.
Woohoo!
Basically,
Alright.
a little tiny white wisp thing immediately drags your carcass back.
So that is the bear's turn. So, next, who's next after the bears?
Rosencrantz. So he used his held action and then gets to do his turn.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, cool. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Vicious mocking the fucking bear again.
All right. What do you say to the bear?
Your father smelled like elderberries. And your mother smelled like carrots.
All right. So he has to
All right.
roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save, and it's above a 13.
Let's see what happens. That is a 7.
Ah! It's got disadvantage on its attacks, and it's taking 5 damage.
All right.
It's not going to survive long enough to have another attack.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just happy that the healing word actually made a purpose. I'm good. I'm good for the day.
My turn.
Seven. Yeah.
All right.
I think I actually have a spell in mind to use.
Honestly, if you have a damage cantrip at this point, you'll probably end it.
I do have a damage cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
I have Mind Sliver.
All right.
There
Go
you
for
go.
it.
Let's see here. I drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of a creature I can see within range. The target must succeed an intelligence saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage.
All right.
And subtract.
So
and
what's the
subtract
DC?
1d4. The DC is 13 intelligence.
All right. That is a natural 1.
All right, and then I roll.
Fucking brain blows.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 damage. Psychic.
2? Really? Yeah, he's still barely up.
Also, the bear now has to subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay. Sounds
And
good.
Jalarikai is next.
Julia Kai, you're up.
Stabby stab.
Stabby stab. Now I can't stop thinking that your name is 7. I'm sorry, Kuro. That's what Julia Kai said.
Fine. To be honest, it took me this long to realize it too.
11 and 19 to hit.
Yeah, both of those hit because 11 is his AC, so meet and beat. So both of those hit. And you got sneak attack because you're flanking. Yep. Eight, 6, and 9. So, Julia Kai, how do you want to do this? Oh, just brain stab. She is going to be the queen of brain stab. I'm telling you.
Fair.
She is ruthless and efficient, and it's being noticed.
Stabbing. All right. So
Excellent.
you guys are now currently out of combat. It is now silent here on the mountaintop, with several dead bears and one definitely asleep.
May want to change the music.
And that's a good spot to end.
Yeah, that is. So,
Oh,
did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
was
right,
hoping to-
sweet.
I was hoping to like harvest the bears.
Also,
Oh
we
yeah,
need
you
to
definitely
remember-
can. I tell you what,
Yeah.
roll
Needs
me a D10, and that's how many pounds of meat you get from this bear.
Well, I was gonna say, knowing that it's cold and how valuable bear skins are, even if we don't take the entire meat.
Yeah,
taking the
yeah,
skins.
Yeah, the skin was been nice.
My last thing is I need to remember that I'm a fucking sorcerer and I can actually replace spells with sorcerer points.
Mhm.
All right, so D10.
Yep.
4.
So 4 pounds of bear meat.
No pelt. Oh well.
You can get the pelt. Oh yeah, you do get the pelt. I was gonna give you the pelt.
Yay.
So all right. So all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and raid out. So why don't you guys go ahead and say goodbye to everybody in um, Twitch land and on YouTube land.
Huzzah!
Bye.
Cool.
Bye, guys. We love you. Bye.
All right.
Julia guy says bye too.
All
In
right.
sign language.
All right. That is the end of the stream.